Hi guys, I made it. I don't know who's here, but I'm here hanging out and quite happy to chat with you and talk ghostly ghouls and whatever you would like to talk to. Can you hear me okay? I don't even know if anyone's here yet, but that's okay. I'm happy to hang out. Hey, Missy Moo, welcome. My background's supposed to be blurred. Thank goodness I washed up, hey? I wasn't even going to show my face tonight. I have had such a week of stress. Good to see you. You know what? I've called it, spooky, ghostly live, but we can talk about whatever we like to talk about. And also, hey, good to see you. It's so nice to see you. I'm just happy to chill tonight. We can talk ghosts, Halloween, true crime, whatever you like to talk about. Oh, I love Halloween, but I'm kind of glad it's over. And I'm not going to lie, I have got a glass of wine tonight. I'm already looking forward to 2024 because the latter half of this year, I've had enough. I'm really sorry that I have been, we'll go live Sunday. Yeah, we'll do this. And I'm going to get some videos out. And everything goes wrong. I developed flu-y symptoms yesterday, so I ended up passing out on the couch. I'm just much better today. That was so weird. I don't know what it was. Then I tried to get the 3:30 a.m. video out. And I don't know if any of you guys know about Clipchamp and video editors, but it does this weird thing where I have spent, I'm not joking, hours kind of editing this video, clicking and dragging, getting the music in the right places. And then all of a sudden, it kind of shrinks everything and I can't click and drag anything anymore. And I'm only halfway through the video. I've Googled it. I've looked for it. I can't find it. Cheers, Missy Moo. Cheers. I don't care tonight. I'm going for it. I did a kids' Halloween party tonight. I attended one. And this is why I have one child who I love dearly. But this party was 2 hours of Halloween hell. And I love Halloween. I tell you, it was kids everywhere. They hadn't even had sugar, but it was like this massive sugar rush. They're dear, dear friends of mine who put on this party for the kids. And there were decorations everywhere. There was apple bobbing. There was an escape room. It was amazing, but I was kind of like this. So many children. I had my son when I was 43. And it's great. He is at an age where I'm normally, there we go. Yeah, he's 8. He can stay for an hour on his own. I'll see you later. Oh my God. But that's in between. It's half term. It's holidays here in UK. I have been racing around. Hey, Becky, good to see you. Yeah, I've been racing around doing his 3 days football club. We did nothing for Halloween yesterday because I had this weird flu-y stuff going on. Oh, and then my car headlights failed. So I've had exhaust drop off. I've had water squirting from my hose, all fixed. And then my headlights failed. One went, then the other went. So my ex-husband came. Don't worry, now I'll fix them. So it was like an hour before the Halloween party. Could we get the bulb back in one of them? It was under the tire. You had to pull all this stuff out and we're shoving. So I went to this Halloween party. I had mud up my hands. It's like, yeah, I've been kind of under the car. I've been under the car. I'm exhausted. So I love Halloween, but it's been just a bit stressful this year. But hey, we've made it tonight. Thank you for joining me. So nice to see you all. I was going to talk ghosts. I don't know how many people are going to show up. I put a notice up, but I've mucked people around. So maybe they're kind of like, you know what? She keeps promising these lives. Maybe we're not going to bother. I don't blame them. But I thought I'd show up. Oh, Becky, don't I know it? I need a new car. But if my car doesn't work, I can't get to work. Hello, Bianca. Hello. Nice to see you. I would love a new car, Becky, so much. I actually daydream about a new car, but this is why, you know, all these people say dangers and ghosts. We will do ghosts. We will do ghosts and spooky films that we love and all that stuff. But I will just say it quickly. You know, all these people who are like, you know what? It was a 2016 Range Rover. You know, it's not that great. You know, of course, Kaylee could afford it. And I'm sitting there like, I've got a 2008 Vauxhall Astra and I'm 51. And I've worked all my life in various different jobs. And I would love a 2016 Range Rover. Just saying, just putting it out there. Oh, and I got hailed on today. Hail, we got a storm coming in tonight. I bet you guys know about storms more than we do, but we do get the odd one. So, danger zone has popped up. I'm having a wine danger zone. I don't care. I gave up smoking a while back, but I do steal the occasional one from my brother. I live with my brother. He lives upstairs, well, and downstairs, but he's got the bigger room upstairs and has his own TV up there. And I do pinch the odd cigarette from him when I'm really stressed. So I have had one. I've had a cigarette, and I thought, why? And normally I would insist on the right glass, but I knock them over. I go, bam. So I'm having a Mediterranean glass tonight. Oh, Veritas in vino, but the proper, exactly. Yeah. Are you really having a wine? I hope so. I hope so. I don't want to be alone with this. In vino veritas. Too much veritas, actually, danger zone. I've said way too many truths with this stuff, but I've woken up thinking, oh my God, I said it. I did say that. Cheers. Cheers, Bianca. And I think, yeah, but you know what? I meant it. I meant every word. It just gave me the confidence to say it. But yeah, this is my, you know, Sonny's asleep, my son's asleep. I'm pouring myself a glass of wine. Sometimes it's music. Quite often it's catching up on YouTube channels. I've just come off JB Gunner's latest video. There were so many C words in that. I have to say, I love him. He says what I'd love to say, and he does not hold back, does he? He does not hold back at all. Yeah. There was a lot of swearing. There were a lot of expletives. He just makes me laugh. I am not. I can't remember what he calls people. He's like, if you're I don't know, pussy, something like that. Don't bother watching. I think good on him. He doesn't care, and I love that. I think I saw him jump up on Dago's panel once, and I was like, ooh, poor Dago. I just don't think he knew where to put himself, because I don't feel it was the right audience. But I love that JB Gunner thought Dago his panel was worth jumping up on. And it just made me laugh out loud. I don't think anyone knew what to do with him. I agree, Missy Moo. I have to say, I thought I haven't caught up with JB Gunner for a while. And within 10 minutes, the C word was coming out here. And it was Bamfield. So I was like, yes, you say that word whenever you want. I'm not going to say it on my channel, but I do think it in my head sometimes. Did you watch it, Danger Zone? He has me in stitches, but I love his passion, and I love what he has to say. I agree with everything. He's a bright guy, you know. Through all the expletives, there's so much common sense and wisdom. Hey Claire Bear, good to see you. Oh, do you know, Missy Moo, if there's anything that triggers me in true crime, is Banfield, Coffin Duffer, Nancy Grace, Vinny, all of those people who are just doing the system a disservice. And you know, it's wrong what they're doing. And I swear to God, you know, I watched what JB Gunner put up, and I was like, oh my god, oh my god, it triggers me. I get so angry at these people. Who the hell does that woman think she is? Oh, and do you know what? Let's see, we're on true crime. We will do ghosts, I promise. But I just think, who do these people think they are? Who do they think they are? It's like they're MSM gods. You know, we have the right to do that. Oh, she was just. I won't even encourage you to go and watch what Banfield was coming out with. But it's her mannerisms, her superiority, like Coffin Duffer. And Judge has actually warned them, and they just carry on regardless. I just don't get it. I don't get it. Oh, you're right. You're right. So yeah, I just got here from JB Gunner's video, and it cheered me up no end, because all all week when my car's been going wrong and this has been going wrong, that word's been going around in my head a lot, and he said it for me, so I'm fine. But this is it, Toshi. Do you know, excuse me, I do feel that I have to be really careful. I personally don't believe Brian is guilty. That's my personal opinion. I have got to be of the mindset that he might be. But if he's not, I hope the truth comes out because of justice for the Idaho 4. But who wants a fifth victim in this? And he's got to sue their asses off. Can you imagine, as this comes up, as this trial comes up and it unfolds, we're either all going to say, oh my God, it was him all the time, or we're going to go, we knew it. We just don't know, do we, which way it's going to go. But I don't think there's more. I don't think there's more to come out for the prosecution. That's just my thoughts, because I sat there and watched Santa saying, we've got nothing else. They've got what we've got. So if this jury finds him guilty based on what we know, I'll be gobsmacked. Yeah, we'll see. What's that? They just had to pay $300 sticker gate. Yeah. And also, guys, I've got to say, I've been meaning to. I'm sorry, I don't have enough hours in the day at the moment. I've wanted to do some Delphi stuff, and I'm not going into that now. But if you are following that case, please go over to Michelle After Dark and Michelle Walks. She is doing a sterling job of the Delphi case. Now, I know I've mentioned Michelle in my community because she's such an intelligent woman, and she's so on it. She does so much research. I love watching her. I watch lots of her stuff, but I get really irked when she says the murderer in the Idaho 4 case and then says, I will call him Brian. That rubs me up the wrong way. This isn't channel bashing. I love Michelle. I love her. I love her common sense. Now, she has completely taken a different turn. She has believed Richard Allen was guilty, and suddenly she's seeing all this corruption going on in Delphi. It's shocking what's going on. So if you're following the Delphi case, because I can't keep up with stuff, please go and follow her, because it's really refreshing to see a creator who has believed someone's guilty to suddenly say, oh my God, this is going on. Let's look into that. She's prepared to, look at the other side. And then I've held back. I wanted to say, so Michelle, if it's going on here, why isn't it going on here? But she's speaking as she finds, and that's absolutely respectable. Oh, Toshi, I washed up. just there's my fish tank. That's supposed to be my little bar. I'm supposed to have, I've got glasses up on shelves up there. See at the top of the cupboard there? That is, I don't know what's up there, to be honest. No idea. And just down there, behind me, I've got some jewelry making boxes because I also make jewelry, but I haven't done since last year. Yeah, it's hard working and doing YouTube and running a kid around and keeping your home, you know, decent. About once a week, it gets about as tidy as that. It's blurred again. Hey, I'm back. Guys, listen, we've got a really big storm coming in and I don't know what it's going to do to my connection. So, yeah, I've got a fish tank. I've got a big fish tank. My ex-husband is a plumber and he went to someone's house to do some plumbing. Oh, it's frozen again. I'm sorry I keep freezing, guys. I'm just hanging on in there when I freeze. I hope it's catching up okay. Anyway, he went to this house and they were emptying a fish pond and there was a big old goldfish in it and we rescued it. And then I had to get my friend. So they're around the corner there. So thank you, Jess. Yeah, I don't know how bad it's going to be. Sometimes they are worse than we think and sometimes they're not half as bad. So we'll see. Nothing like you guys get in the States. And in fact, that's a good link because kind of, I will link it. But someone I know, oh, flaming heck. I don't know if you can still hear my voice. I think I'm just going to freeze all the time. This is so annoying. I'm back again. Sorry. Yeah, someone I knew once was a storm chaser, and he used to go out to Arizona and all those places and chase. He was a photographer, probably still is. We're not in touch anymore. I'm glad you can hear me because I nearly swore then. It's like, oh, it's frozen. Yeah, it's on go slow. So yeah, he was a storm chaser, and he used to chase all these storms, which brave or stupid, I don't know, but God, you guys have some colossal storms out there, which is really quite Halloweeny. So do you live in Arizona? I have been to Arizona. I'd say it's my favorite state, but I'd say that in every state I went to when I did Route 66, I absolutely loved Arizona. And I loved all the trains. They used to go past and honk me on the motorbike as we went past. You just drive for miles and miles and miles, and then this train would come and honk. Oh, that's really kind. Thank you. Oh, I don't know. I don't feel like a lovely face today, but yeah, I was going to just do a blank screen, and I thought I've actually unfollowed people who don't bother chatting face to face. Sometimes you think, well, I will jump up and just do a quick chat and just do the blank screen because it means you can, just turn up no matter how you feel or whatever. But I think, there's a lot of creators who never show their faces. And I think if you want a community, I should chat to you as me. And this is me. So hi, Wendy. I'm not sure I've seen your name before. Welcome. I'm small enough to know these things. I'm small enough to know. But welcome. I'm sorry if I missed you before. Oh, look at this. This brings back. I wrote a diary, Danger Zone. I must dig it out. It'll be in a box somewhere, but I remember all those places. I didn't want, and the night I got home, I did 3 weeks. We took our time and we detoured to Grand Canyon and Vegas, and I cried. I sat at the kitchen table finishing off my diary and I just cried because it was magical. I love your country so much. It was just a huge adventure, and every state is like a different country. It was amazing. And it was like, I love films, and every state I went to, I was pillion. I'm not that cool. I didn't drive the motorbike, but I was pillion. And of course, you're in your own world, aren't you? You're just sitting on the back, looking at everything, soaking it all up. And I saw every film that I saw as a kid. Us Brits have lived with American film and TV for years and years, and I love it. I love it. Hi, Doodlebug Fart. Welcome. Really pleased to see you. Yeah, I fell in love with your country. Absolutely loved it. So every film from Psycho, I did go to Universal actually in LA at the end there, Hollywood. I went to Universal and I saw the Psycho set, which was about that big, a little bit bigger, but it was fascinating to see. It's like that's the Psycho. That the house on the hill, the hotel on the hill or motel. It's been years since I've seen it, and this is a good link to talk about Halloween and ghosts. I just saw that set and thought how amazing cinema is. There's Psycho was such a classic. And yeah, I'm glad I saw it, but it was tiny. You go around in these little buggies and you're like, that's it. And the Grinch, I saw the set for the Grinch, and that was kind of small as well. Another film I love. Bianca, I have been to Australia. I've been to Perth. I'd love to see more. The guy I used to work for, he was my boss. He traveled the entire world, and Sydney and Vietnam were his two favorite places, and he'd been everywhere. So I would love to go back. Yeah, shall we go on to ghosts now? Because I've promised a chat about Halloween. I love Halloween and I love spooky films, some of them, and real life ghost stories, although I have got to say they freak me out. I don't know about you guys, and I'm really interested to find out. I would love to know what really scares you. I mean, I know we're true crime, but let's say we're sitting down watching a film or watching something that's supposed to be true, like paranormal activity or a true crime murder. What really terrifies you? Because I tell you what terrifies me is the paranormal. I really struggle with it. It terrifies me, and anything demonic. So I'm as brave can be in the daytime, but when it's nighttime and my 8-year-old son is asleep and my brother's upstairs, why I think my 8-year-old son being awake is going to help me in any way, shape or form, I don't know. But when everything else is quiet, I don't know if you can see just back there, see the edge of my window. I haven't got a blind on it and I can't look at it. I'm like, because my loo is round that way. So I'm like, oh, I need to go to the loo. Why haven't I had a blind fitted yet? I'm just, I'm like, don't look. And that way is a conservatory that is my lounge at the moment, because that, oh gosh, that was my Coke can from earlier, sorry. But that door there is a lounge that is not in use right now because it's got lots of stuff I need to sort out in. We were renovating. It's still not finished. We're still renovating, or I'm trying to renovate. So in that room, that way, I haven't got anything on the back door. So I've got blinds all around. I live in the countryside in a village, but I'm right at the end of the village. So I've just got trees and fields and everything around me. That's my dog dreaming. And my back door at the back there, there's nothing on it. There's no curtain, no nothing. So some nights I'll kind of chill out on the couch and go, I'm going to watch something true crime. And right behind me is this door that's just black. I'm like, oh, I don't like it. Don't be silly. You're fine. And then all of a sudden I switch to a comedy because I'm like, freak myself out. I'm in a house, Jessie Lynn, so I've got upstairs. Now my brother is quite elderly and disabled, so he lives with me It's my parents' old house, so there's been a lot of renovation going on. It's been going on for a couple of years now. It's all cash flow. But that's another thing. Sorry, I'm going back to true crime again. But you know, the Idaho 4 with the sounds upstairs now. Right up here is my brother's room. He's got the biggest room in the house. So it's like, he doesn't cook or anything up there, but it's like a lounge bedroom. So you can chill out. He's got space. He's got his own privacy. Now, I don't know if you can hear it, but I can hear his TV. Now, if I go that way into the conservatory and shut the door, now the conservatory is on the outside of the house, and there's an outside wall in between. And I can hear it if he drops a pen. I can hear it if he moves his chair. I can hear him sneeze. So this is why I'm not buying the fact that, you know, nothing was heard. But I'm digressing. In the words of Harsh, I'm going back to true crime. But that's my layout. Yeah, I can hear everything when I'm sitting outside the house with the door shut. Oh, right. Yes, I will. I will. And do you know what happens, Jessie Lynn? Sometimes I'm sitting there watching something, oh, I'm fine. And all of a sudden, my Labrador will sit up and look at the back door, and her hackles will go up and she'll start snarling at the back door. And I'm like this, stop it! Stop, come here. And I'm like, don't look. Just don't look. Because if it is someone, I don't want to see that face at my door. They can just move on. I lock the door. But yeah, I really do need to get something on that door. It does freak me out. Oh dear. But yeah, this is an old film, Toshi. Is it Toshi? I would say Toshi. Now I love Isabella Rossellini. I think she was and I love Dennis Hopper. He is brilliant. But it's kind of, yeah, it's a scary film because it's almost like watching like someone's weird fantasy. It's a bit like, I think someone, sorry, I didn't highlight it. Someone mentioned Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which of course is based, isn't it? I think on that. Oh God, I watched the documentary again this week. Christina Leatherface. What the hell was his name? Toski, kind of the Russian way, I think. Toski. Thank you. I'm glad you corrected me because there's a couple of names I'm not sure how to pronounce. Yeah, that is David Lynch. Was it freaky? I didn't watch Twin Peaks. I didn't watch it. I like the music, but I just missed it somehow and I didn't watch it. But I did watch Blue Velvet and I watched a couple of his other ones, and it is like some kind of freaky fantasy that you're getting like a peek at, you know. That you're right, those things are more scary in some ways. You know, I can watch most true crime and be quite level-headed and be, you know, okay. And it's ridiculous in a way because I should be more frightened of the reality that we know exists, you know, that someone could come into my house and do awful things, that I can keep my feet on the ground. But if it's demonic or paranormal, I just lose it. It really frightens. Is it because I can't see, I would never be able to see it or touch it, or it's the unknown? I don't know. But, you know, I just don't like anything like The Exorcist. It just terrifies me. I only have to hear Regan's voice when she becomes demonic. I'm freaking out. I am completely free. And this is a funny story. This actually really did happen. I didn't watch The Exorcist until I was probably 28, 27, 28, and I braved it. I couldn't go to the loo on my own for about 10 days, 2 weeks, because once I left the comfort of my then boyfriend, you know, he's sitting in the lounge, it'd be like, anything could be out there, anything could be out there. So he'd have to stand in the hallway while I went to the loo. And the day after I watched it, this is no word of a lie, I worked in retail and I went to work and I'm pottering around this shop and I hear an American lady say, Regan, get over here, Regan. I swear to God, I'd never heard anyone called that name before or since. I froze. I was like, oh my God, she's in the store. I absolutely cracked myself. Can't do it. I can't do it. I'm the same. Well, I first saw Exorcist 3 in the cinema, and it's the only film I've seen at the cinema where I have hidden under a coat for the entire thing. I wonder if that was worse because it was sort of more modernized. And I just remember this possessed man being in chains in like this prison cell or something, but he could mind control, like, were they people in a hospital, like old folks in a hospital, and they'd be crawling over the ceilings and collecting blood? It was it absolutely freaks me out. So those are my really scary things: ghosts and demonic possession. And that is why, much as I love Christina Randall, I love her programs on 48 Hours. If I want something in a nutshell, they're my go-tos. I can't watch Christina's spooky season. I can't do it because it was what was it? The the possession of, I'm gonna have to look it up. The possession of something, all possessions anyway. Bear with me. I don't know what happens to my camera when I look over here. Yeah, look at that. Demon possessed. Let me just find out. She does like a whole week's worth. That's it, Emily Rose. Sorry, I don't know what happened when, oh no, where have I gone? There we are. I don't know what happened when I flicked over there. Emily Rose. The Possession of Emily Rose. I looked at a documentary on that before. That was terrifying. Then she did the real spooky goings on of what happened to the cast on The Exorcist. So I'm there hating The Exorcist already. And then it's like, oh, this happened to the cast? Oh my God. I just, hello, Catty Crime Ghoul. I love the name. Absolutely love that. Tell me, why does it do that? I'm like, hand pink waving. Why don't I get the pink hands? It tells me what the emoji is. Oh dear. Yeah, we're doing scary films at the moment. What is your scariest film? Yeah, Becky, you know what? You know, I understand it's dated. I get that. You know, the kind of green. I just remember there being a lot of green, but it still terrifies me. I have to say though, I don't know if you guys know, if any Brits are in the audience, that there's a couple of comedians, French and Saunders. I don't know if you got them over in the US. They were hilarious, and they used to do spoofs of films, and they did take the evil out of it a little bit for me because they did a spoof of The Exorcist, and it was very, very funny. So I was grateful for that. And I've frozen again. I can see I'm back again. This is exciting, isn't it? What was it? The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Right. I don't know. You probably don't know the West Country and the dialects we have in the UK. But if you're from West Country, you talk like this. You're kind of from Bristol and Taunton, and you're like that. And it's a very warm accent. And they're all really lovely and talk like that. But it's even more sinister. Fred West I don't know if you guys know about Fred and Rose West. You know, he spoke like that, which makes it even creepier because it's kind of this warm, welcoming, hello, my lover. Are you all right? We talk like that down in the West Country. And it's that kind of farmery talk. And, you know, and then you've got this mass or serial killer talking in that accent. However, and why was I going to say that? Yeah, because when I watched the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, it was in the days of Blockbuster Video. And I went to stay with some friends who were from the West Country, and we said, let's get a horror film. Come on, go on then. I'll do Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Really frightened before I even saw it. Anyway, it wasn't even a DVD. That's how long ago it was. And so we sat there, and it was like, oh, what the hell is this? You know, it's like some weird, freaky fantasy. And my mate next to me, Kelly, all the way through, really heartfelt and genuine, but was anything really bad that happened, she'd go, oh dear, oh my word, oh dear. Well, I just laughed through the whole thing because that was terrifying. And then I've got Kelly in a West Country accent going, oh dear, like this. Well, I was absolutely crying with love. So she took the edge off that for me, and I've no desire to see it again because I was quite aware of what was going on in the background. But oh, here's one. Oh, hi Rolo, welcome. Do you know, I thought about this film the other night because I couldn't go to sleep. And I was like, oh, that was horrible, wasn't it? Wasn't that one of Johnny Depp's debut films? Just these poor kids trying not to sleep. Yeah, horrible. Oh, hi, Batshit Crazy. Welcome. Pleased to see you. I have never heard of The Fourth Kind. Close Encounters of the Fourth Kind. Do you know what? I haven't seen any of this stuff. I just don't know. Close Encounters of the Fourth Kind. Annabelle. That rings a bell, but I don't think I've seen it. Is that one of the novelists like Stephen King or something, maybe? Guessing. The Nun I would hate. I'd hate that. If you put religion with demonic, it's off the scale for me. Yeah, I'm the same, Catty. This stuff, I just don't watch it. Don't watch it because I thought on that particular night, you know, I can do this. I can do it. I couldn't do it, and even now it scares me just the thought of it. So yeah, Jaws. Now I saw Jaws when it came out in the cinema, and I would have been about 6 years old because we had Peruvian neighbours that couldn't speak much English, and they managed to communicate they had a little girl who was my age, and they managed to communicate with my parents that they were going to take us to the cinema. They took us to see Jaws. They couldn't really understand what it was about. They just took us in to see a film. I remember that head coming out of the boat to this day. I've seen it since, but I remember as a 6-year-old just being absolutely horrified at what I was seeing on the big screen. I've got to bring this up. I have got to bring this up because Wendy, me too. That David Soul, wasn't it? David Soul. I have to say to this day, that is one of my freakiest memory. You know, my watching something on the TV. I think it was a series, like a dramatized, like I'm sure it was a 3-parter or something. And my sweet friend who passed away just last year, actually, she came over. My mum, you know, little portable tellies. We were allowed to watch it in my mum's room. We screamed the house down. We absolutely screamed the house down. I'll never forget him in the rocking chair and someone at the window. Although I will say, yes, that's it, the boy at the window. Oh, terrified me, absolutely terrified me. However, love the Lost Boys. There's something about the way they did Salem's Lot. Those vampires were scary. Now, Danger Zone, I've caught your comment there. We're going to go on to that. Oh no, look at you, Danger Zone, talking Welsh. I don't talk Welsh. I'm going back to your other comment in a second. Nah, no, I know what you're saying, but I don't. Siarad Cymraeg, no. And I bet lots of people here don't know what on earth we're talking about. That is, do I speak Welsh? Mum and Dad did. Mum and Dad did. But not me. We had a choice of learning Welsh or German in school, and I chose German. I don't know. I could see myself as some high-flying executive at some point. So I thought German might suit me better, but it didn't. It didn't happen. So I'm going to leave you guys with this while I have a quick bathroom break. I will be right back. It's better. Danger Zone, you're going to have to fill us in on this. It's hard not to talk about all the films, isn't it, all the time? The Shining. But I want to talk about your ghostly experiences. Yeah, I'd love to know if you guys have got any batshit crazy. Well, now your name is making complete sense. I guess there's different buzzes and different loves. But yeah, I just think real life ghostly stuff. I've had a few. I spoke about them actually in my Spooky Sundays, which I need to get back to. I need to do so much. I'm sorry, guys. Everything's so time consuming. But yeah, I'd love to know. I mean, you see this now. You've had these experiences, but the film titles are freaking you out more. I'd love to know what did you say? Your leg was picked up by your toe. You need to expand on that. Now, Danger Zone. I've just remembered 400. I love that. 404. It's just a random number, but too many to recall. There was I thinking you'd documented it. Now, I suddenly had a flashback because didn't we talk in someone else's chat about oh God, I did a whole thing on it. My brain is going dead. We did a you know, that the dreams, you know, the dreams, and we talked about the dream. What are the dreams called? I did a whole program on it. Oh God, I need to know about that as well. Or do I? Oh, I want to know, but I don't want to know. You know, what are they called? Lucid dreaming. You know, what was that video I did? Can someone help me out? I'm gonna have to look. I don't even know what video I did. What was it called? Hang on, bear with. Oh goodness, I can't believe that I've forgotten the name of the type of dreaming I've had. No, I can't even find my own channel on there. Try it. Do you get to see this when I'm going through that? Oh, that's me. Right, hang on. Community membership. Blah, blah, blah. It wasn't live videos. Playlists. I think I've put it in a playlist. Spooky Sunday. Can't remember what it's called. Sleep paralysis. That's all I needed to know. Sorry if someone already told me. Sleep paralysis. I'm sure Danger Zone, we had a chat in another chat about, and you said something like, oh, I'd love it if you did a thing on dreaming. And it's sleep paralysis. They're the most frightening things I've ever experienced in my life. And I thought I was completely alone. And then I used to ask people I worked with, you know, if I felt they were that sort of way inclined, like, have you ever experienced that? They'd be like, no. And then I met another Welsh girl who had the same thing. But I think lucid dreaming's slightly different, isn't it? I think you could. Am I right in thinking you can control your dreams when you're lucid dreaming? Am I correct? Mine haven't been. I've not been able to control anything. I've just been very grateful to wake up. So I'm fairly sure that if lucid dreaming, you can sort of say, actually, I'm going to do this and move my dream that way, or by, you know. Yeah, Jessie Lynn, you've had that twice. Is that the sleep paralysis? Do you know what I find really odd about it? I read up about all these scientific explanations, which do make sense. You think, yeah, okay, yeah, I get that your brain is waking up before your body does. But why is it that everybody has the same thing? There's my Doris. Come and see us, Doris. Come and see us. We're hanging out. Oh, my son wanted to come and say hello tonight, but he fell asleep. Yeah, I find it really weird. Yeah, Rolo, I think you're right. I really think. I'm gonna say hi. Come over here. Oh, she's a big love. There she is, my girl. Oh, she's a good girl. She's the one who snarls at the back door, and I'm terrified, aren't you? She's a good girl. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. I think I've never had control of my dreams. In fact, I have woken up from some lovely dreams and thought, I'm going to try and go back to that because it ended in a place I didn't want it to end, and I can never get back there. Yes, Missy Moo, it's sleep paralysis, and Rolo, you're right. I personally, this is just my opinion, I personally feel that I had a presence in my room every time they happened. Every single time there was sleep paralysis. It's the weirdest experience I've ever had in my entire life. And I have to say, I was terrified. I remember lying there thinking, I know what's happening and I cannot wake, I can't move. And you feel like you're silently screaming. And there's always a presence at the bottom of my bed, always, that's coming towards me. And I know they're evil. I know they're awful. Rach, I'm glad you brought this up because I have tried to slot in a time I really want to see Tommy's show as well. So I don't know what we're going to do here, guys. I'm wondering if I come back tomorrow night, because I said to Tommy, I'm wondering, Rach, whether anyone would mind if we come back tomorrow. I've got nothing on tomorrow night. I thought I'd come back, but I saw the title. That's what I was going to say to you guys. Tommy has said, is it Karen's story? Is that what it's called? I've been waiting for this. I had a bit of a fallout with one of Tommy's chat members last time. I didn't mean to. The trouble with chat, I don't know if you guys find it, you can't get your tone of voice across. So Huda, bless her, I don't watch a lot of her videos, but she was up there and looking at Joe Vida's phone. So I get really frustrated that I can't see things. You know, they see these reflections and everything. I'm like, I can't see it. And I said, can you outline the legs or something? No, we can't. So my point was, well, if you're prepared to accuse someone of something, can you not show me some body shapes, because I can't see what you're seeing? And I got frustrated. So I didn't mean to upset anyone. I think you're right, Jessie Lynn. I think I need to do that sometimes. And there's someone else. I'm sorry, I'm really upset. You know, if we've got opinions about things, you have to call people fat, evil creatures. And I love Tommy to bits. It was his chat. It could not help what was going on in his chat. I'm like, look, if you think Joe's guilty, there's no need to call him a fat, evil creature. But yeah, it's really hard to get your point across without your tone of voice. Because if they'd heard me talk, I'd have been quite jolly about it. But of course, in chat, you're thinking jolly, but it might not come across as jolly. But anyway, I really want to see this Karen story. But I don't know. Yeah, even emojis don't do justice. So I don't know. It's still, excuse me, I've got this cold now. I struggled because I know I think it was Sunday night Harsh did a live. He doesn't do them often. It might even have been Monday, whatever it was. I think I fell asleep and didn't catch it. And then I'd scheduled this one. I thought, well, that'll be fine for everyone. Dagos will be over probably, and I'll come and do this one. And then I saw Tommy's was scheduled, and it was Karen's story, and I was like, oh, damn. I'd love to know what Rolo has to say as well. I see you a lot in Dago's chat, Rolo. So welcome, thank you for coming. But yeah, I've had some ghost stories. I know that I've talked about some of them. I've also had a couple of sorry, I've got a cold again. I've had a couple of experiences with mediums where I've gone to have perhaps my tarots read, or I've been to like an audience with, and someone's, well, my mum came through and I sat there. I'm quite feet on the ground. I'm quite skeptical. I didn't think, you know, anything was going to happen for me. And it was the spookiest thing. It was the last trip I'd taken my mum on. I took her to Birmingham to see a band. And I'll explain it in more detail another time. But I said to my mum in my head the night before, I'd been to these I'm interested, you know, I'm very interested in what goes on perhaps after we pass away, or, you know, especially I've lost both parents, and and a couple of my friends were interested. So we went to see this woman again, and nobody's come through for any of us before. And so I said to mum in my head the night before, I was driving along, and I said, okay, mum, if you are going to come through tomorrow, the only thing that's going to convince me that it's you is if you mention our last trip away together. Nothing else will do. I said, that is what will convince me. So we went to Birmingham. We stayed in the Hilton. It was her last Christmas present. It was in the April, and she died in the August. I had no idea she was going to die. Anyway, I went along to this, what do you call, mediumship nights, I suppose, and it was right at the end, and there was a lot more to it, but just keeping it to that story. She finally linked someone to me and spoke of a Robert, and she has said, well, you know, sometimes I've got a spirit mentioning somebody who's alive. So nobody was taking this Robert, and it was right by me. And I thought, well, my brother's called Robert. So I put my hand up, and she said, I was expecting her to say, it's your brother. And she said, well, no, I've got your granddad here. I thought, oh, my dad's dad was called Robert, but he died when I was 2. So in my head, my granddad's Tom. So I was like, oh, okay. But I thought, I'm not giving anything away. Not saying anything about this, none of it. So she went on to talk about him, and then she said, I think I've got your mum here. So I just sort of nodded. She said, and she asked me, has your mum passed away? And I said, yeah. And she just sort of walked up and down with her microphone and just said, Birmingham. Now, I don't know this woman from Adam. There was nothing on my Facebook or social media about anything. She just said, Birmingham. And for a split second, I thought, I don't know anyone in Birmingham. And then the penny dropped. I thought, oh, that's exactly what I asked my mum to talk about. So I just nodded. And then she said, I have no idea why she wants me to tell you Birmingham, but she said she's adamant that I tell you Birmingham. And I was just like, okay. And then she kept saying Hilton. And when you're on the spot, I'm thinking Helen. I don't know Helen. Hilton. We stayed in the Hilton. And then she said April. And then she said, there's another Robert, isn't there? And I looked and I nodded, and then this woman said, father figure. And I thought, my brother's 19 years older than me. And she said, she's telling me two times. She was a pair once and then did it all over again. And he's Robert, that's your brother. She just came out with all this stuff. And I went home feeling so at peace and so, thank you, Mum. You know, I couldn't have wished for more. There was a lot more to it, but I couldn't have wished for more. Lisa, oh, welcome. For me, that was proof. You know, that was like, you know what? That is the one incident in my life where I couldn't have misinterpreted anything. And that was, it's not a ghost story, but is it? You know, I don't know. And the weird thing was that night when I walked into the room, 2 of my friends went out for a cigarette. I sat down and I just started welling up before anything happened. I felt really sort of really emotional about everything, which I thought was odd. It's like, I don't know. And then I thought, wouldn't it be amazing if on the other side they go to see mediums to talk to us? I thought that would be, that was my thought for the night. I thought, what if, you know, they think, oh, there's a mediumship tonight, your daughter might come through, and my mum is sitting in a waiting, or not a waiting room, but a room full of people where it's like, oh, I wonder if my daughter will come through. I wonder if it's a two-way, it's a veil. You know, I wonder if it's that. And somebody, she's like, oh, I want to tell her about our last trip away. I don't know. It's just fascinating. Absolutely fascinating. But yeah, I don't know. I think, I don't know what to do. I think I'm going to come back tomorrow night, guys, if that's okay with you. I did not want to tread on, oh, Rolo. Did I see that you're blocked on Dago's channel? That's weird. That's actually, I haven't seen you, although I haven't been up for a while because I'm trying to juggle all sorts of things. Um, Listen, Rach, you're not going to minute. Oh, I'd love to talk about all this stuff. I'm sorry it's not quite as ghostly yet as I'd hoped it to be, but we can keep it going. We can talk about ghosts and do spooky stuff. But I really do want to catch Tommy's live because Tommy thinks he's got some answers for us, and I am very, very interested in that. So, shall we, those who want to head to Tommy, shall we head over there? And, you know, oh, it was great. It was lovely. Thank you, Jessie Lynn. It really made me feel like she's there, you know, it really did. So, yeah, well, Rolo, you know, that's weird. I wonder why that has happened. Yeah, but ARV's part built by different. Okay, listen. I'm going to come back tomorrow night. I've got nothing planned. I've got work tomorrow, but the evening is free. I've got no kiddie Halloween party to come to. I'll put another scheduled live up for tomorrow. I'm sorry. Thank you all so much. See if we can sort this out, Rolo. We'll see. I think Rach said she'll try and help as well. I'll try and help. Do you know I got blocked? I got blocked or timed out by someone on the channel, and I'd said nothing. I hadn't said a thing. I was like, "What? I'm timed out," and then I was blocked, and I genuinely hadn't said anything controversial at all. So I don't know. Sometimes perhaps people don't like the passion. I don't know. Oh, thank you, Rolo. Please come back. I'd love to see you, and I'd love to hear your experiences. So, listen, no, come with. Let's go and see I want to see what Karen's story is. I have a shitload. Let's go to Tommy's. I love this. I'm not one of those creators who ever says, don't mention any other creator on this channel unless it's okay with me. It's a community. You mention whoever you want. You know, let's just talk about and help each other. That's the way I see it. But yes, I think Rolo Danger Zone is right. I think perhaps they get a bit over the top sometimes, but I got the best mods. Although I don't think, have I got any in here tonight? I don't know, because I think I'm supposed to sort of I'm supposed to check my actual video as well. I'm still getting used to this, so. But this makes me laugh, Rolo. I have a shitload. Let's do it. I'm going to be here tomorrow, and I'm going to schedule it. I'll do it at the same time tomorrow, and we'll do another live, and we'll talk more ghosts. I'd love to hear I would definitely, it's actually been an hour and 10 minutes, I'll have you know. It has been an hour and 10 minutes. But yeah, you're right, Becky. Sometimes that's not allowed. I've had to kind of come away from other channels where I'm not allowed to say, but what if this happened? They just don't want to hear it. I'm open to, if somebody comes into my chat and says, well, you know what, I think Koberger's guilty because of this, you're welcome. I'm interested to know. As long as nobody's rude, we can talk. You know, whatever side of the fence we're on. This is not a Koberger support channel or a Richard Allen support channel. It's a Let's Find the Truth channel, and I hope you guys see the difference. Okay, I'm going to see you guys tomorrow. I'm going to head over to Tommy's, give Tommy some support, and thank you, Rolo. Thank you. It takes me bloody hours. I need a new computer as well, but the car comes first. But thank you so much for coming, guys. We have been an hour and 10 minutes, nearly an hour and a quarter, and I want to see what Karen's story is about. So thank you, guys. See you tomorrow, and I will put in community chat, because I keep promising you this true crime 10% off discount code for leggings. It's forever. It's a forever code. You can pick whatever you want. I'll put it in my community, and I will remember to bring it up on the live tomorrow. Thank you, guys. Love you all. I love your support. It means the world. Take care. I'll see you at Tommy's. Bye.